suddenly hit on the glasses on the table. Glass pieces were split all over the floor. He was looking so angry. Suga. What are you doing? If others can go on a date with their girlfriend, then why I can't? Who are they? Jimin and her girlfriend, your bestie. They are a couple. So what? We are not a couple. I yelled at him. I felt tears falling from my eyes. He looked at me and smirked. Really? Tell me why. Tell me. When I try to love you, you make me away from you. When I move away from you, you force me to love you. When will you stop this game? Game? Do you think you are a toy for me? Do you think about me like that? I don't know. I told the truth. What do you mean? Now do you need to leave me? I started to cry. I went toward him. I loved you and I will love you. But stop making me a fool. My love for you will remain in my heart ever. This is enough, Suga. This is enough. Don't play with someone's heart. YN. I didn't play with you. I asked for a little time. Then we can start our relationship again. Really? I smirked at him. Then stay as a friend. Don't expect love from me. YN. You stopped our relationship 2 times. It could be easy for you. But for me, it isn't. He came near me. He looked into my eyes straight. Suddenly he kissed me hard. I struggled and pushed him away. Stop making me crazy, Suga. YN, please. He held my hand. But I threw away his hand. Could you even realize what our relationship is? When you need love, you start this relationship. When you don't need love, then you stop. Did you ever think about how I feel? You are so selfish, Suga. You are so selfish. Suga looked at me with empty eyes. What do you need now? Need to leave me, right? Leave me. Leave me. He yelled at me. Yeah, I'm leaving you forever. Never come back to me and I too never come back to you. I said while crying. YN, you will lose the best person. You too. Remember this well. No one can stay with you other than me. He came near me and put his hand on my cheek. He looked into my eyes. YN, this is not the right time for us, baby. You too need to face the exam. What will happen if you didn't do it in the right way this time too? How could we archive our goals? Our future? And how to get the permission of our parents for us? And I need to think about what to do in the future. After you finish the exam, then we will start the relationship again. Really, can't you wait for me? We were the same age. We faced A-levels in 2 different streams. I did math, and he did commerce. He had passed. But I hadn't passed. He said softly. Suddenly I burst into crying. I cried while hiding my face on his chest. He patted my face. YN. YN looks at me. Tell. Can you? Can you wait until we settle our work? I will try. No, you should promise. I will promise, and you know I will never love anyone else than you. I know, YN. It may be months or a year. But please wait for me. Please don't stop talking with me, okay? I will make you mine soon. Suga. I whimpered. He patted my face. Then I can't do one thing. I can't talk with you often. If it happened, we would fall in love again, in a wrong time. But 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒈? Please do it for me. If not, I couldn't control myself and I will start to love you again. Okay, 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏, thanks for understanding me. I am doing this for the good of both of us. I really need you. Please don't change. I hugged him while crying. After 3 months, I went to the cafe. Suddenly I saw Suga. I felt like an electric moving on my back. He too saw me, and he smiled at me. But I suddenly turned back and left the cafe. I saw he is calling on my phone. I turned off it. Suga, this is really hurting. First, I will finish these things and then come into your arms. Time skips. He tried to talk with me. But I act cold to him and ignored him. My heart hurts. But I waited for the right time patiently. But one day I lost control. I met him again accidentally. Hi, 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏. Hi. He smiled at me. When I see him, I need to hug him so badly. But I acted him a little bit cold. After a long time, right? Yeah. How are you doing? How about your studies? They are going well. That's good. Didn't you miss me? Suga. I yelled at him. I felt my eyes filling with tears. He was looking at me straightly. He smiled at me like he knew the answer already. Come with me. He suddenly held my hand. After a long time, I felt his warmth. Suga, what are you doing? Let's have some coffee. What? Suga, I need to go. Suga. But he didn't listen to me. Sit here. He showed me a chair. He sat on a chair in front of me. Time skips. After that day we became close again. But he didn't talk about love. He took care of me but didn't even tell me a single love word. It really hurt me. But what to do? I can't blame him. I endured my pain. After 1 month. These days I spent a lot of time at the library because my exam is on next week. I was on my way and passing the park. I was couple is kissing. It isn't a new thing in a park. But that boy was looking familiar to me. I looked carefully. He was Suga. I felt like an electric moving on my back. I was almost going to faint. But then I quickly came to my mind. I took some pictures of them and went back home. That evening I went to Suga's home. 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏. You? Why? I just came. I smiled at him. Oh, okay, come in 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏. I will make something to drink for you. Cold or hot? Oh, thanks. Cold is better. When he returned with a glass of cold drink, I was checking my phone. What are you looking for? Oh, sit here. Look at this. 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏, you are not like usual. What? You are talking nonsense. I laughed. He came and sat near me. Here. Look. I gave him the phone. His face changed suddenly. He was so speechless. He stood up from there. Do you have anything to say? I smirked at him. 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏. He threw away my phone on the sofa. I went near him. Tell me, Suga. What do you have to tell? Tell me. 𝑦𝒂𝒐𝒏, please don't shout. I can explain. I looked into his eyes. Explain? I suddenly slapped him and burst out crying. He looked away. What do you have to tell? You know I loved you. You were my first love. I loved you more than anything. Every decision in our relationship did as only in your favor. I agreed to your every decision because I loved you more than anything. Is this gift for that? Speak, Suga. I yelled at him. He suddenly pushed me, and I fell onto the sofa. Stop, YN. Stop. Why did you ignore me? Why? It's the reason for all these things. I came behind you as a fool. But you kept ignoring me. Do you remember? But I told you I will wait for you. You are such a cheap person. I ignored you because I was afraid that we will fall in love again at the wrong time. You don't deserve my love. Leave me alone. He told while looking far away from the window. Okay. Never come into my life again. And never come to my and her lives too. I have nothing to do with cheap people. I grabbed my bag and leave his house. I felt like my whole world is break into pieces in front of me. I wish I could die. How could he change so fast? I almost got depression. I can't tell these things to my family. But I had 3 best friends. They healed my broken heart. Days skipped. I faced the exam with a broken heart. After 6 months. Today is the happiest day of my life. My exam result was released. I was able to go to university. I will begin a new life. My mind went to the past. I remembered someone told me that after the exam, he will fall in love with me. But I'm alone here now. I didn't feel any sadness. Really, I started loving myself. I'm going to start my new journey. Fulfill your life goals before couple goals.